We have redshirt junior defensive lineman Tyrique Tucker. Mike, we'll start with you and go to Seth.
Yeah, Terry, what's the, as you kind of inherit maybe a bigger role with James Carpenter leaving, what's kind of the biggest thing that you learned playing behind him the last couple of years?
I learned how to, be a leader and, kind of try to lead by example to the best of my ability. And I feel like I worked hard to be in this position. And, I just got to keep going day in, day out and put the work in. And, I feel like he led the way for me. Him and CJ really, set the standard. So I feel like I got a standard to uphold. And, day in and day out, just get better every day, spring ball.
Left with Seth and we go to Pete.
Yeah, just after having a nice year last year and stepping into a bigger role like you were talking about, just how much confidence did you enter this camp with?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident. I know I can do it in the Big Ten now, and now I just got to go put out there and let the world see, and have that season, have that breakout season, as I feel like I can have.
Your second row, you left to Pete and then Daniel.
Yeah, tell me with the, in order to get the improvement you want, what does it take? I know there's things like hand fighting and stuff, but what are the key aspects you have to get better?
Just got to keep grinding day in and day out. Me, Mikal, we go out there, we craft during the off season. We call it craft season. And we go out there, we work, man, and you feel like you just keep putting the work in. You got to trust the process too, and I feel like everything come with the process. We just got to keep getting reps and reps, and our guys, our O-line get us better, and we get them better, and it's like a battle every day. And it's high competition out there, this spring ball, so I feel like we in a good spot.
Staying left with Daniel, and then we'll go to Sammy.
Craft season, what is that? Like, what's the schedule like within that?
Craft season, that's basically like modernized two-a-days for us. We work out, then we go out there, we work out again, we perfect our craft. We bring some of the guys out there, we may have a group of us, or it might just be us, or, but we all want to get better during that time and kind of maximize the off season. And, I feel like that translates to the field. And, when we go to the season, it's kind of like the reps have been instilled in us. And I kind of buy into that, and I feel like that get me better every year. So, I just try to trust the process.
Going your right to Sammy, then to Nick.
Tyrique, you have some new guys coming in to replace CJ and James Carpenter. How do you see them fitting into your group, and as a group, what do you guys need to improve to reach that level again?
Yeah, I feel like we in a good spot. I mean, they improve every day, spring ball, so you got to see. But I feel like they improve every day. I feel like we got it in the room. And, we just got to keep getting better and better every day and, put it on film and, go from there and then, coach that up. And then, we can get better. But, every day is pretty good. I think we're in a pretty good spot, especially considering last spring ball to this spring ball. It's like night and day. So I feel like we're in a good spot. I feel like the guys come in and they merge well with our system and they know what to do and they're getting better every day. Hosea and Rat, they get better every day. Mario, we got Monet. They all getting better. We all working. So I feel like that's good. I feel like we're in a good spot.
Staying right with Nick.
How did the D-line unit grow last year with CJ West, and now that he's gone, how do you plan on continuing to grow?
Like I said, I mean, I feel like I have worked and worked and worked to be in this position, and, I don't want to let that go to waste. So, I'm going to do my best to do my part and, day in and day out, try and get better at that and uphold that standard. Again, me and Mikal, we got chemistry. We just built chemistry with the guys. I feel like it's all about the chemistry that we built together, and we're going to be able to, be that group, if not better, this season. This with losing them guys, they set the example, and, now it's time for us to elevate even more past that. So, I feel like that's pretty good.
We go last one, second row on the left to Pete.
Yeah, Terry, excuse me, when you look at the newcomers, who stands out? Who's really been impressive so far?
Like I said, I feel like Hosea been doing pretty good. Rat been doing pretty good. I feel like we all been doing pretty good. I feel like they get better every day, every practice. So I feel like that's good for us as a group. And like I said, I feel like we're in a way better spot than we was last spring. So I feel like, yeah, we working out there, and every day is a step forward. That's what we want to get. We want to get that 1%. So I feel like that's pretty good that we out there, we working hard, and every day we get better. So
Great. Thanks, Tyrique.
thank y'all.